Smack Talk. Ding, 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 ding. We're about to get it on today. This is Ethan Scooby Hansen. With me is Flashy P. And before we get started with today's show, I just want to wish my man Flashy, who's been an influencer of mine this whole year, has helped me become a better person. I want to wish him a happy birthday. I don't know how old he is. I think he's like 22 or something, and single, ladies. So check it out. But he also wants a degree too, and maybe a doctorate, a master's degree and a doctorate. So that list is pretty small. But yeah, so plenty to talk about today. An amazing week of sports. We're gonna start off with Kevin Durant, the Warriors defeating the Houston Rockets. So now holding a 3-2 lead in that series. They play tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific.
What's gonna happen with KD?
Yeah. What do you think is gonna happen with KD?
Well, like I said, if he's not injured as we think he is, then I think he leaves. I think if he's like injured, I think he stays.
Yeah.
If it's an Achilles, I think he stays.
Yeah.
I would stay because they got one more year. They go to the new building next year.
Mm-hmm.
So why not go there one more time? And then he has a reason to come back. Saying, "Well, I got hurt. I didn't get a chance to get that." So he has a reason to come back if he doesn't play this playoff. And if they don't win, he has more reason to come back. If they win, he better leave. If the Golden State Warriors win this year, KD's leaving regardless.
See, it used to be that, in order to have a legacy, you had to follow the Kobe model, stay with one team and win a bunch of championships on your own. But now that LeBron has really broken that mold where he's already jumped from team to team and back to a team, I mean, it really, to me, doesn't necessarily matter now whether he goes and takes a team like the Knicks who need a savior, who have plenty of money to give him. I mean, he's already shown that he's been one of the best players in the league. I mean, back when even when they had a young James Harden, Russell Westbrook, when they were on the come up. I mean, they couldn't win together, but I think out of those three, he'd already proven that he was the best man out of those guys. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
I think people forget that once upon a time, James Harden was looked at more as this talented six-man off the bench as opposed to that primary guy that he became. I mean, it was like that for his first 2 years, and then he eventually, superseded, came in, became kind of like part of that third wheel of the Justice League. Then KD left, and then and then it was actually him that left first, and then it was KD.
What, you talking about OKC?
I'm talking about the breakup.
I think KD left first, and then Russell was in the finish. Awesome.
Well, regardless, I think when
he had to leave though.
When we were looking at it though, we were like, you know what? Out of all these dudes, who would you want playing? Like, if you were to bet in a game of 21, who would you have in a game of 21 where it's just Russell Westbrook
versus KD
versus James Harden, and we're playing by the Valley rules.
You talking about James Harden left the first time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he didn't want to leave, but just they didn't want to like pay him over like a couple $4 million, something like that. Imagine if they stay. One thing I hope he gets healthy, and then hopefully he makes a good decision. And depending on when if he does leave, I think he's either going to one or two places, and I'm scared to say this.
Yeah.
Either New York, or the Clippers. If he goes to the Clippers, and the Lakers keep doing this type of nonsense, I may be jumping ship. And I never thought I'd say this in my 34 years young of my life. Clippers.
You lied to me. I thought you were 22. Yeah.
You can't do it though. You would never jump ship.
I can't do it, but the reason why is because, you know what, there was a young 8-year-old, 9-year-old me who was staying up past his bedtime watching these playoff games, and my parents telling me to go to bed, me breaking my parents' rules, man.
But how do you justify these actions of
I don't.
Jeannie Buss?
I don't. Here's the thing. There's a difference between loyalty and saying that this behavior is okay. We're, by the way, transitioning to our Lakers part of the segment where we completely bash on the Buss family, except for Dr. Jerry Buss. Rest in peace.
Like I said, we're gonna go to Pet Cemetery, and we're gonna somehow bring Dr. Buss back. And he's gonna figure this thing out.
That's another thing that they should implement, man. I would love to see a game of 21, like in every man for himself, like have like 5 dudes.
Who goes hustle? Russell will win because he goes too hard. He goes all the rebounds. So yeah, if I had to put my money on 21, I gave you 21. I'm putting my money on Russell Westbrook because he just plays too hard. And you just don't want to
see. I think as far as the most skilled, as far as who I think would win if they actually tried hard, it would definitely be Kevin Durant. But here's the thing: you're playing 21, you don't really take things that seriously when you're playing. But Russell Westbrook, though, man.
Russell will, if KD's on the court, he's going to take real
there could be like one crumb of food left in the world. And I'm pretty sure that Russell Westbrook would be the first one to get it because he's that much of a hustler and he's that determined. And even if that determination can also lead to bad things sometimes because that determination can sometimes turn into stubbornness, and we saw that a little bit.
That determination turns into turnovers. So yeah,
the double T's.
Yes. But back to KD though. I hope he gets healthy. And then hopefully he makes a good decision. And depending on when if he does leave, I think he's either going to one or two places. And I'm scared to say this.
Yeah.
Either New York, or the Clippers. If he goes to the Clippers, and the Lakers keep doing this type of nonsense, I may be jumping ship. And I never thought I'd say that in my 34 years of my life.
You lied to me. I thought you were 22. Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, no. See, I'm.
You can't do it though. You would never jump ship.
I can't do it, but the reason why is because you know what? There was a young 8-year-old, 9-year-old me who was staying up past his bedtime watching these playoff games, and my parents telling me to go to bed, me breaking my parents' rules, man.
But how do you justify these actions of Jamie Buss?
I don't. Here's the thing. There's a difference between loyalty and saying that this behavior is okay. We're, by the way, transitioning to our Lakers part of the segment where we completely bash on the Buss family, except for Dr. Jerry Buss. Rest in peace.
Like I said, we're gonna go to Pet Cemetery and we're gonna somehow bring Dr. Buss back. And we're gonna figure this thing out. Let's talk about the Houston Rockets, man.
Yeah. Hey, I actually, see, now that Kevin Durant is out for the rest of the series, do you think that the Rockets have any chance
They had a chance to beat them last night, but they showed they didn't want to because James Harden turned back into James Harden. I'm telling you, he only took one shot.
Hartley, was that like your second grade math teacher or something?
James Hartley, it's not him, he's hardly there.
Oh, Hardly.
James Hardly.
Hey,
that's how I've been calling him that for about a year now. You know what I mean? Somehow around games 5, 6, 7, he comes up smaller than his table. You know what I mean? I don't get it. He disappeared. The last 10 minutes of the game, he took one field goal. Right now, they can say, oh, maybe Golden State was blitzing them, they was getting the ball out of his hands, whatever. No, you still got to make it happen.
We've seen that guy take 2 or 3 guys off the dribble and make them look silly.
Exactly. But Chris Paul, I don't know if he's getting older or I know he ain't. The injury excuse is not there. He ain't getting hurt. He's just not. He can't get by nobody anymore.
He can't
what happened to him?
Because of that age, man. He doesn't have that quickness and that explosiveness. And the thing about Chris Paul, which makes you really appreciate. I'm going to go back in history a bit and remind you of a guy named John Stockton. John Stockton, at 40 years old, was still producing. It was still.
But as I'm saying, even if Chris Paul is lacking, his physicality. Mentally, he's making bad decisions. Like that's uncharacteristics though. And he has playoff woes too, just like James Harden. So maybe is he really choking again? Like I'm just shocked that I'm seeing this out of him. He's making bad mistakes mentally, and he can't make any physical. He's making bad physical mistakes as well. So I don't know what's going on because Paul. They have Game 6 at their house, and I really feel like Golden State's going to close them out at their house.
Yeah.
they had him on the ropes.
They did.
Like they had him on the ropes. KD he off the court. So Houston, come on. We have a problem.
Houston, we do have a problem, and it's just about the fact that you know what you don't. James Harden's got to stay aggressive. Like, James Harden wants to be the guy, then prove it. I mean, you know who didn't prove it was Kyrie Irving. Wow. Kyrie Irving was supposed to. I mean, dang you, Kyrie. That means I got to take. Although I want to take Sean Cologne because she's cool, and I'll take her to San Carlo anyway. Good little Italian deli. But still, I wanted to win that bet, and that was me banking on the fact that what?
That's how we bet on Celtics. That's what happens. That's what you get. So you deserve that.
I deserve it, but I was seriously going into the fact that you know what? Because the Celtics had been there before. They did it, by the way, without Kyrie Irving. They still got to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I think that this was a mixture of the fact that now Giannis Antetokounmpo is now starting to emerge as a top 5 player in this league.
Maybe even lower. Maybe top 3.
A top 3 player. I mean, everything that
he should be
does,
he should be MVP over James Harden this year.
Oh, definitely.
Hey, I'm glad. I hope they take consideration of the playoffs too, because I know it's a regular season award, but I just feel like these guys.
Where our championships won
in the playoffs.
Yeah, and the thing that I like about Giannis, and I notice it when he's playing, and I notice it in his
freak out.
It's because of the fact that he's got that dog in him.
That dog.
That he's got that extra layer of nastiness. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't do as good of a nastiness. Like,
and that was nasty. I saw it. Yeah.
Here. What's
he got that non-American dog.
Flashy, for the camera, give me that nasty face after you laid somebody out during your NFL career. Like, how would you look at him?
I did.
No, you wouldn't. Get out of here.
I don't look at nobody. I just keep pushing.
Man, you lying. Man, I bet that you came in, man. You knocked dead right on
You can't talk too much trash in the NFL. They can get him real quickly.
You can look at him funny though, man. Like there's dudes that have been like Kevin Durant got teed up on Patrick Beverley just for like looking at him weird. You can at least look at people weird.
True. Yeah, I looked at some people though, but
he's just like, man. He's just like, man. The only thing you're gonna see out of my eyes is the reflection.
Next play.
Next play. Look at that reflection.
Next play.
But man, this has been a good show. Maybe it's because of the fact that I'm almost done with that, man. Tiger Woods. What do you think of him getting his award from Donald Trump?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be in Tiger Woods. He was cool Donald Trump before he became president. That was his guy, just like Robert Kraft. I know T.O. was cool with Donald Trump. He's on his little show. Now, obviously he's a power tripper, but I mean Tiger Woods. Hey, he never really claimed our culture anyway. I don't know what he is. I'm not mad. I mean, that's his friend. That's his friend. You know what I mean? I'm sure he probably doesn't maybe agree with everything he says, behind closed doors though. But if he wants to award, Donald Trump, he's just a different guy.
See, the politician in me, like the righteous person in me, just wants to say, you know what? Dang you, Tiger! Yeah. You didn't deserve that award. You had 2 children that died.
The first thing he did when he won was go Donald Trump. Ain't that crazy?
Crazy.
Like you been 14 years since you won your first major, and then now all of a sudden, as bad as you've been playing, even a lot of people been cheering for you. A lot of black people been cheering for you. And the first thing you do is get an award from Donald Trump.
See, do you think though that this kind of, I mean, obviously you can't compare OJ and Tiger in this way because OJ committed,
he killed somebody,
and Tiger didn't. But do you feel that there's this kind of thing with Tiger, like where he's never really associated necessarily with the black community, and yet when he does something, all of a sudden, I mean, I just want to know your perspective on that.
Well, I just that's who he wants to be. I mean, can you really be mad at somebody being choosing who he want to be, who he feeling with? So it's like that's who he is, Hey,
no, and
he's a human being, and I think we got so many people as human beings. They got emotions, and I you know what? Maybe Donald Trump was there for him. All the stuff went down, just like when Robert Kraft's wife died. Donald Trump was there for him. He said called him every week. So if something unfortunately happened to my family, you call me every week, and then everybody hated you, I won't hate you because everybody hated you because you mean something different to me. So that's why, I'm always quick to not to judge people's relationship between Donald Trump and some people that had relationships with Donald Trump before he became president. Now, after, if you didn't know him before that, now you love him, now he's president, I have a problem with you.
Yeah. To me, a guy that deserves the Presidential Medal of Freedom, posthumously, perfect example, Nipsey Hussle.
He needs one of those.
Nipsey Hussle. I mean, a guy that was a former gang member who went and literally helped build the economy down by where he lived and was literally on the precipice. Like, I didn't know who he was, but had he maybe stayed around,
I don't know who. I mean, I thought I knew who he was, but obviously after his death, now we know who he was.
But he was a year away from being on the same musical precipice, being on the same herald of rap music as, say, a Jay-Z, Tupac
or Jay-Z,
or a Jay-Z, or a Biggie Smalls.
Well, I mean, right now I feel like he's more impactful than Tupac. I mean, that's me. I was never a Tupac fan,
and that's a great point.
And Tupac, Nipsey is straight from LA. Tupac wasn't from LA. He was like in New York, then he moved to the Bay, then he came down to LA, and then it was California love. So what I mean. But and then me in the barbershop talk. I talked to Master P, a few times. And, he was there in the Tupac era. He's telling me like, I feel like Tupac put a little more. He didn't have to do all that. He's been. I mean, it's like you didn't have to be that. You was doing too much. And that's why he got like that. Nipsey Hussle wasn't doing too much. He used to. He was helping, and he got killed by somebody, a jealous person. Just jealousy, this black jealousy. That's what it is. I get it all the time. I get hated on a lot by my own people. Like, even my friend. I had to cut a friend off. I mean, at least I had to separate myself from my best friend. I'll talk about it later. I may go post it. But, when I feel somebody's jealous of me because I'm coming up, or my joy affects, if your joy and your peace affects somebody else, then you guys don't have the same spirit. Mm-hmm. My spirit affects them. So that's what happened. Nipsey got killed by somebody who was just really probably, it was fear that I got Nipsey killed, and just fear of not having enough, not feeling like, he's worth anything, and he want to take your life because he's angry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, and it's just, and I look at his death, sort of the same way that, John Lennon died. I mean, John Lennon, he definitely did his, he never. He was a different guy. He did drugs, but
that's interesting. That's interesting to say that. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, but he was one of those guys who, after his time with the Beatles, got with Yoko Ono. Yoko Ono, not Yoko Oko.
Yeah,
Yoko Ono.
But Yoko.
But he was making great music like Imagine. The Merry Christmas song where he's talking about war. Yep. War is over now. There's another guy who was on the verge of really accomplishing something truly great, something that he was going to help inspire the world, and then get gunned down by a lunatic. Yeah. And it's just like,
never thought about that. That is an interesting
comparison. You can make these comparisons. Whether you're a rap artist, whether you're Jimi Hendrix, whether you're Bob Marley, whether you're John Lennon, whether you're heck even if like Yo-Yo Ma, like if you're doing something that helps bring light and bring color to the world and inspires people to become greater.
And somebody takes that from me. Somebody takes that away from me. But you know what? His spirit lives on. John Lennon's spirit lives on, and
it does.
Nipsey Hussle, that energy always live on too. I was bumping Nipsey Hussle today. Actually, I took a break from it. I was like, man, I kind of bumped today, get myself motivated.
Yeah.
But it's sad, man. It's sad, and you know what? Hopefully, LA will learn and not do this to each other. I'm from LA. I'm from South Central, so one day we'll get it. Thank God I didn't have to be bred and raising it. I moved out when I was 5, but still. I got to go back here and there, and then hopefully when I go back, we want things to be good, and we want things to be, no hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so. And I think when we're talking about white privilege, I think that one of the great parts about college and me getting to experience people like Rakia over here. Rakia, right? Did I say that right?
Oh, she said it right.
Hey,
Rakaya.
Rakai, who's filming. So
I try to call her Ricky. She's like, don't call me Ricky. It's like,
Ricky, like
But
Ricky.
nobody calls you Ricky.
That's not my name.
Superstitions. No.
But it's half your name. If I would say Rick, and somebody would have punched me, I wouldn't have been able to finish it.
Yeah, but it's like I get to meet people like Rakia, and I get to meet all sorts of different people that come from different backgrounds. That appears with football players that I met from Camden, New Jersey, from the streets of Philadelphia, and me getting to share life experiences with them. They allowed me to see the world in a different sort of way, and I think part of white privilege isn't just acknowledging that there is a problem, but it's about coming in with solutions. And when I mean solutions, I mean acting upon it and acknowledging that just certain things exist, and that when you take something into your everyday work life, like if I become a person that hires people, I'm not gonna just hire all white people. I'm gonna hire who I think is
that best.
Who I think is the best.
Yeah.
And you know what the statistics show? Like if you look at newspapers, 70% of newspapers are still mostly run by white people.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the reason why newspapers are losing business too, because there's not enough diversity within the newspaper industry.
Black reporters out here in Daily News or LA Times that? Is there any?
I mean, it's
maybe we don't, or maybe we just don't go down that way. Maybe we need to get encourage more young. Like I said, I have a mentorship program I'm going to start. Maybe we're going to encourage people to be writers and start writing and get into.
They can, but I do believe that there are people out there. And when you look at the statistics, which it wasn't posted by Nielsen. It was.
I've never been interviewed by a black guy before ever.
Huh?
I've never been interviewed by somebody.
See, and that's sad.
I'm in Detroit. You know what I mean?
That's sad. And then you heard about what happened in Oakland, right?
What happened in Oakland?
So apparently there was some fan where there was a black reporter who was doing his third inning report, and somebody behind the camera was doing this.
Okay.
Put his fingers. We don't. Well, we're
he would get shot.
It's not that I'm afraid of getting shot, but it's not right. But there was a fan that was making a racial gesture behind a.
Is that racial or was that game related?
No, it was a white man.
Yeah.
That was putting his finger. You can like look up the video.
What was that? What was that gesture mean? What was he trying to say?
Some.
Was it like a noose?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's racist.
Like a noose, and now that fan is being investigated, and he's.
That's what I'm saying. Like why? Why do they feel like they have to do that?
But it's stuff like that, and those are the things that we need to change. And until we acknowledge that behaviors like those aren't right, until you have every paper saying, you know what, this thing is not right. Not only is the behavior going to continue, but certain mediums. Like I mentioned before, there are certain mediums of media that are going to be, pushed out. So, you know what? I'm all about diversity. I'm all about inclusion. And it's not just because I'm trying to be some liberal who's with the times, but it's because I've been able to make great relationships like yourself, like Rakai, with other people in my life to know that, you know what? The more diverse we have, the more stories we get to share, because, every single person shares a different type of story, and then when you mix in different ethnicities and you get to tell better, richer stories, and you get to see different perspectives, and that's the reason why it matters. Besides my personal relationships.
No, and I think I just hope that everybody has a general awareness of themselves and people around them. My new slogan I like to say is, what I've been standing by, and I do believe this, and I'm cutting people all my life based off this principle, is I have zero sympathy for people who have zero empathy. Like, if you don't care about other people other than yourself or your immediate bubble of friends or family, you don't care about what's going on in homelessness. There's a lot of homelessness going on in LA. There's a lot of homelessness going on in Woodland Hills, and that's not black people out there. And I see them back. I feel for those people that in their trailer parks, in their trailer homes. I'm like, man, that hurts me. So just because they're not black, I still feel for those Caucasians that are homeless behind my building. Like I see them when I walk to the grocery store a lot. I walk just like you walk a lot, and I see it all the time. So it's like I have empathy for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm black. You know, so I can't be with somebody that's not my skin complexion. But we just want the same thing. Why can't we all have that same, care and consideration of somebody's situation? Because sometimes people who are homeless, it not necessarily mean they got, they're doing drugs. But sometimes some people just get priced out because of rent. You know?
One thing that I know how to make, Flashy, I know how to make steak and asparagus. Man.
Okay. Oh, I love asparagus. That's my favorite thing.
Like some steamed asparagus.
When next time you cooking some steak and asparagus?
Hey man, invite me over to your house and I'll cook.
Oh yeah. Please, I will.
Yeah, no.
I've been telling you. Yeah.
But we got a couple of minutes left to go. We want to talk about The Breakdown, which is a show that we're gonna be promoting, where Sean Kalani SK, our host. Breaks down the game of basketball. I mean, you want to talk about a woman that truly knows the game of basketball from the X's and O's, and then can break it down for guys like me that may get confused. And, I mean, if you want to learn about the game of basketball and really the nuances of how the game is played, go watch her show. The first episode is 13 minutes. I told her maybe cut it down to 6 or 7, but a really good start. Yeah. And she's a girl that we know is eventually
she's
going
a woman. She's a woman.
Yeah, she's a woman. But she's going to be a powerful woman coaching either in the NBA or in college. Yeah. I mean, we're not just talking about the fact that she's Jordan Farmar's sister, but the fact that this woman can stand on her own,
on 2 feet.
On her own 2 feet, and she would outcoach anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I would dare anybody besides maybe Derek Taylor or Coach David Rabibo from Harvard Westlake. I would dare anybody to try to match weights with her.
Yeah, and I think she gets underestimated a lot. One thing because she's a woman and she's not like tall, but I think she's real quiet and humble. So you take that for granted, like, she doesn't know what we talk about, or she's not powerful enough though. So maybe and that's how the same way she did her show. She's real calm, collected. She gives you facts. She's not, but you know what? She gets the point across, and I feel like she needs the opportunity to coach at a major university somewhere in the near future. She's young now. She's young, but she's like 24 going on 45.
Yeah.
So maybe because her age may scare some people, but if they just bring her in to let her hear her talk, I think they'll realize that she's awesome.
You know what? All you have to do is just listen, and actually have a conversation about the game of basketball, and realize that unless you are maybe like Mike Krzyzewski or something, she probably knows more about basketball.
But you know what though? Sometimes, and I got to this point, you do a lot of great things in the community that you never post, nobody knows about. I do a lot of things in the community. She does a lot. Sometimes, like Nipsey, like he do all this stuff, we don't know until he's gone. Well, hopefully it doesn't have to be like that though, but you know what? One day everybody be validated. You know what I'm saying? You'll be validated, I'll be validated, SK be validated.
No, we're all going to be validated. But anyway, that's been our show. Thank you so much for listening in. You can check us out on Twitter, on the LA Express, on YouTube, where Flashy will be posting. I'm
gonna be having my YouTube channel is called Fake Families with Flashy P, and I'm gonna start posting all these, and other things I've been doing on my GoPro, and just posting my life, pretty much. No extras, just life, just love. That's it.
Life, love, happiness. What is it that you always say?
Shine light.
And what I like to say is, man, just approach your life with a critical mind, with critical thought. Go read a book. Go watch all the great basketball that's being played right now, please. Yes. And but remember, always critically think, have an open mind, and we'll see you next week.